Howdy, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Well, we don't have anybody listening at this moment, but we will eventually, I hope. So, anyway, you watch me stumble through this Linux install and that kind of thing. So, yeah. So, I got some Colombian honey coffee right here. It's processed, the beans are processed with honey. Interesting. Nice. So anyway, I've had some issues this morning getting going. I had Linux Mint Debian installed on this machine over here. For some reason, it started having problems with the web browser. It wouldn't type anything into it when I did it. So I installed Manjaro on it, and I was running out of time. And I wanted a key signature before I download anything, stuff like that. So I did that. So I went over here to my other computer and excuse me a second. Remember the other computer over here? And had Netrix installed on it. So, yeah, I had problems with that. Yeah, I wasn't really set up correctly for everything to on such short notice to work on that kind of thing. So I didn't have that going. Then I decided I would try my Pi, Raspberry Pi, which I had Endeavor OS installed on that one. Yeah, the new ARM of Endeavor OS installed with it. So I had that installed and it works pretty good. So I've got it cooking on there right now. My display of what I'm seeing, what's coming through, that kind of thing. Also, I need to make sure my sound's coming through. Hold on a second. Let me check on that real quick. Unmute my box here to see if it's coming. Yeah, I've got sound. That's good. So we got sound, we got video, we got everything cooking on it like we expected to. So hey, we're ready to go. I hope. Now I just hope the rest of it works out. Arch Linux. Yeah, that's what we're installing today. So, but like I said in the description, I've installed about 3 times in the past, I think. Not too bad, but first time was bomb, bust type thing. Then I tried to install it on a other thing. What was the other thing? The I tried to install it I don't forget what I was even talking about. Arch Linux. So yeah, tried to install it, and second time I did better, but I all the way up to the display manager, trying to get that to working, and finally got that cooking. Did it with the desktop and everything. And third try, I had it perfect, and I was sad when I had to delete it off with another distro because I worked so hard to get that one cooking, working right. That's the way it goes in the Linux world. So we're gonna try and do it again. See if I can do a repeat of that successful install of Arch Linux. And most of it's not too bad, but yeah. So we had that going. Also, man, next week I can't for sure say exactly yet if it's for sure next week. So keep your eyes and ears open. But I'm hoping we'll have a special for next week. So we'll see what's going on with that. And so we got that. And let's see, any other news I need to tell you about before I get cooking on this stuff? This is a little, I mean, sometimes there's what times you wait, but it's not that waitable. You understand what I mean? Guess we ought to get started because I'm not sure how long it's going to take us to get this done. We're going to go cook on it. So let's get cooking. Well, first we're going to look and see where we downloaded the ISO from. And, oh yeah, we need to go to screen sharing on this puppy. That happens. Screen share. That's okay. There we are. We're sharing this. That now. And we can go to oh, there we are, Arch Linux. This is the web page for it, archlinux.org. And as you can see, it has some interesting. It's kind of cluttered in my estimation, but yeah. So make of it what you will, I suppose. A little bit cluttered, so I had to go down here and find out where the uh, a bunch of news and stuff. I don't know where you get to download. That's probably the easiest way to download is to go here. Go here. And there, here, even here, you're not real sure. I use this torrent because it's available and easy to use there. If you have a wire connection, you can boot the latest release directly over the network. It's treated and where it mess all those other things. VM images, HTTP direct downloads, checksum, all that kind of stuff. So I just downloaded this torrent and went from there. And I got the ISO for it. So yeah, I'm not sure where this might be the magnet link. That's another type of BitTorrent, I think. Probably. Yeah, so. And you have your installation guide connection here if you want to get to installation guide easier. So, yeah, if you want to follow along with me, I've got it up here where I have your installation guide. I've done all this stuff here. Boot live environment. And that's what we're going to start off with. Now, if you need to, you can use a what was I going to say? Yeah, anyway, you need to, you can use Etcher or one of those kind of programs. Put it on the boot on a flash drive disk like this. I have this as my Ventoy disk, which then all I have to do is just copy them over onto this and that kind of thing. But for your if you want to install on an actual computer instead of a VM, you need to put it on a flash drive like this. Either Ventoy if you have that available, or you use Etcher, one of those programs to Windows or DD on Linux. The easiest thing I found to use. It's just a built-in command for Linux. It's there. I have to download nothing. Yeah, so I even have a file that can do that for you. Anyway, it says if desires to, yeah, you need to disable secure boot on your computer if you have that. One thing I forgot to do on this is I meant to, because the installation image uses grub for UEFI and syslinux for BIOS booting. I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna go here, and I think Enable EFI. Special OS is only like this. Arch special in it. Yeah, we think so. So we got that. Might as well kick into it and get going here, huh? Okay, so first we're going to go start. And we'll have this cooking in no time at all. Okay, so immediately here with Arch Linux install medium. Arch Linux install medium with speak up screen reader. And you notice it's all UEFI, which is what we wanted. UEFI shell, UEFI firmware settings, system shutdown, system restart. So we're going to just standardly install this. And yeah, so it'll boot into it, then it'll say welcome to Arch Linux, and it'll pop up a little thing saying, here we are. Let's go from there. Going to go here. You set console keyboard layouts. First thing I gotta do is set the console keyboard layout. The default console keyboard is US. Available layouts can be listed with. Blah, blah. That's default, so we don't have to do anything since I'm in US. Okay. Console fonts. If you need to change it, you can change it by putting load keys in your thing. I think it'd be load keys. English. US, I think. I think that's a standard English keyboard layout there. That's what you set for it, and you hit enter, it would set it to it. It's already set to this one, so no such file or directory. That's sweet, isn't it? Okay, what I do wrong there? I had to key maps, yeah. Yeah, if you need to change this, you can go to yeah, it's a it's a complicated way to look. And there I share too many yards and share, but that's basically what you have to put in if you want to get a list of your matches found. Okay, so this doesn't help us much, is it? We gotta look for some different. I have some text files that are supposed to leak guided to this too, so Keepers Willikers. Been too long since I've done this, I guess. Hi. Alright. Well, let's see. Wi-Fi thing. Oh, I gotta. Oh, Wi-Fi. Maybe that's part of the problem. Authenticate the wireless network using IWCEL utility. Mobile broadband, WAN. Okay, I'm sort of familiar with the command line. It's gonna take a while, isn't it? Yeah, if I get stuck on this part. So anyway, I wonder if I can increase that this. No, apparently not. Well, I can through the system. Let's see, devices. Yeah, I've got my screen on the thing, so if anybody's on here already and watching, I have to go back over there and check that out. See, that's SA port, that's hard drive, any secondary. Oh, oh well, we should be connected, that's right. We should be connected. We don't have to do that part. Yeah, since it's a virtual machine, it connects up, assume it pretends it's connecting up through Ethernet. So it's already set to go. But yeah, if you needed to do the wireless thing, network manager control line, command line, utilities, one I would use probably. And I could probably figure out on this machine, because I got it in other places and some scripts and stuff like that, what the commands are to use for this. But anyway, yeah, we won't worry about that now since I got it set up that way. But I don't know why it's not working, why those files are not there. Yes. Uh, Message calendar. I feel like I'm missing something here. This one is mm-hmm. Excuse me while I go through this kind of stuff and see if I can get. Uh-huh. Yeah, over 150% of see that. Yeah, that works better than you can read it here, can't you? And then you go back over here and see what I've got. Hi Larry, how you doing? Yeah, I just had to check and see if anybody was listening or not. Yeah, I'm trying to get this figured out here. I'm stuck on the first thing and didn't gonna do well. It's US. US is the default keyboard anyway. If you look at the Arch installation guide, it says available LS to be listed with, and it gives LS. So I should have to use sudo here because like your console, your root here. I don't know why it's not showing up with stuff that it needs to show up, but anyway. Hmm. It seems like there's something missing here. Something is missing, that's for sure. Well, I won't worry about that now, at least for me, because of course it could portend some future problems, but at any rate. The next step is verify the boot mode. Verify the mode list. Now I know it's EFT. I need to verify that, I guess. Okay, so go back to the root directory. Now we got this firmware. F5. Yeah, 5 bars. Okay. Hey, we got some information. Yay. I was just beginning to think there was anything on this disk or some problem with that. Okay, then connect to our connected internet. So IP link, ensure network interface list enabled for example with IP link. Oh, like that. Okay. You see there we have is connected to this Ethernet link. And we have state up. And it's cooking. So that's good. So we're all set there. If you didn't, you could if you had other problems like with you need to get up, you go back to up the other command I showed you up there, which is network manager command line. Oh, this has MIMIM CLI. Okay, anyway, that's what you use to connect to your network manager. There's MM CLI. I don't know why it doesn't have the other one. Anyway, I don't have to worry about that. Haha. We have enough for other things. Now it says update system clock. Time, date, control, one to ensure system clock is accurate. So we'll do that real quick. Time, date, set. Now what this is doing is setting at the end the network time protocol to be true, which means it'll get your time off the internet basically. So that should have done that right there. So okay, server status, use time-based status. So you want to check your status on it. Time-date control status. That tells you set for local time, universal time, RTC time zone is not listed. We'll set that later, probably when we get to the same time zones. So we'll do that later, but I think. Okay, partition disk. This is the fun part. Yay. Look that out of this part. Come on. Okay, so the wiki says you use fdisk -l. built-in and ROM looper may be ignored. Oh, so it's listing, yeah, fdisk L to list out your devices that you have. There's SDA, device SDA, 40 gigabytes. That's our hard drive that we set up for the for it. That's when we use SD, device SD. Yeah, so just rooting you, device system partition, take one customer. F disk for party to modify partition tables for example, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do fdisk, oops, and device SDA, and then welcome to SDA. Okay, fast and I can partition table. Create a new DOS table with this identifier. And for help. Okay, so we're going to create a label, G part of G. That first one under create new label. So it's got that. Now you can, let's see, what was the list? Those are all the lists of all the Linux stuff you can put on here. Yeah, so Linux user probably is going to be that one anyway. So okay, so what we need to do here is we got to set the GPT partition table on it. Now we got to make the partitions for everything else. So do new default partition 1. Okay, now first sector default 2. Okay, do that. Now where is it going to end? Here's where you put in your size. Excuse me, I'm going to get some water while I look and see. Who's else? Okay. So we got that. Alright, now we're going to make the size of partition. The first partition, they vary depending on what the default is, but I think if you do 300 megabytes, you're probably safe for 512. No, 300 megabytes, I think it's pretty safe. I'm going to do 512 though. 512 megabytes. I don't know if capital M is important, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. You can use kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, or whatever P stands for. I'm not sure what P stands for. Terabytes or something. Nice. Whatever's above terabyte. So go there. Value out of range. It is. Oh, that'd be out of range. Relative 300. See what that does. Oh, I think maybe you gotta put space between I think. Hey. Okay, so. Oh, I see. Get added to. Oh, plus. That's right. I got the plus. Plus 512 megabytes. Okay, new partition 1. Type Linux file system size. If you want to list that, I think it's a princess menu. this new British type source. I remember what the command was to list partition types. I don't remember what it is. Delete a partition, list free partition space. Yeah. Print partition, that's what it's print. So you see we have our first petition on there, which is going to be our EFTP petition, I believe. And we need to do something, I think, to get that on there. Yeah, you can tell I'm really, I didn't go through this before I went logged in today, did I? Yeah, we're taking this fresh off the block. Which sometimes doesn't work well, it will. Okay, so we got that petition. We want to make it a bootable petition. And there's a way to do that, I know, in here. Okay. List no partition types. Oh, petition type. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I kind of, yeah, because of this, yeah, you have to use this scrolling BizRex over here. Okay, it's number one, EFI system. And that's going to be what this is. One. Okay. System petition types, but how do you change the petition type? You can change T. Change the petition type. Okay. Apparatus. Yes, we know it's one. And go 101. Change file for petition range process me a file system. Cool. So that's done. Print it out. There yet. Type EFI system. Now when we format it, that'll be another thing, but we'll do that after the fact. If this doesn't format things, it just sets up your petition tables. So that's that part. Now we need to put another petition on here. Default type 2. We're gonna make this, keep this simple stupid and just do it first sector, last sector, default, just rest of this. And that's gonna be Linux file system for sure. So that's 39.5 gigabytes. And then I don't have to do anything here to create a swap file, but I think we can get along with that on this computer all right without too much trouble. So we'll leave that there. Now we got that, so we print it out. And there's our system setup. Got SDA1, SDA2 partitions on the disk. And now we're ready to write it out. So it's done. So that's done there. Okay, notice. Okay. Now we have at least 300 megabytes. Good, we did that good. swap. Format petition. Now it's formatting. The format, the make swap, row swap. Okay. I'm doing better. All right. Okay. Okay, so get the reading my notes here. Trying to parse it. Okay, only if I okay, so yeah, you don't want to do this to your EFI petition unless this is the only system you're gonna have on here. If you have other systems, you don't want to format that. HFS fat, capital F, dash left device, SD A1. So let's do, it'll format the EFI partition to fat to 32. Oh, I misspelled device. Okay. Yes, that's done. So we need to mount, we need to petition the other one. The EFI. I mean, not the EFI, but the group petition. That one you do make this make file system ext4. SDA2. And it's all done. Pretty fast, huh? So I created a system on there. Now we have to mount the file system. Okay. Mount the root volume to mount, for example, if the root volume is DV, they get that. I don't think you have to mount the EFTP, yeah, you do. For UFI system, mount the UFI system partition. So you're gonna mount enter device system. Mount to okay. Yeah, I got that all correctly. Enter. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna create this system partition and mount. It's mounted. Now we mount the system partition. Under there, do mount SST2, and we want to mount it to mount. Good. And mounted both of them onto thing. Now we didn't create swap volume, so we don't have to worry about that. But if you did, you'd have to enter in swap on dev swap partition. That's assuming you enter in your initialized swap partition previously. Since I don't have swap partition, I don't have to do that. So now we're ready to install our system onto this format we just created on here. Woohoo! Let's see. DNF stab. Okay. Alright. So yeah, the wiki says GNF stab will later detect manifold system false space. You don't have to worry about editing your fstab file, all that kind of stuff. Use information. So we select mirrors that we're going to pull from. Do that by excuse me a second. You do that by your having Hey Gabriel, how you doing? Gabriel apparently is wants to teach me Linux better. This is probably not the best go for you, but I mean, you learn some things by watching stuff. But if you're brave, would you try installing Arch on the command line? How long time do you know Linux OS? Well, I know it pretty much. I got a lot of videos on the backlog and stuff like that I have that where I've got a lot of stuff on there. But yeah, Linux is something that that would my best advice for that would be to download something like Linux Mint or Pop! OS or something like that. Install it if you know how. There's easier installs. They have automatic installations, that kind of thing. This is more of a complex installation. I just manually repartitioned the disk and stuff like that. So yeah, not something most beginners are going to want to know how to do. You know what I mean? How long have I known Linux OS? Well, I started back in 2011 when I was first learning it, and learned a lot since then. So hopefully we can teach you something. And yeah, right now this is the value of doing it this way. I meant to mention this at the beginning of the show, but the value of doing it this way is that you really learn how all the different parts and systems, how they interact and stuff. Right now, you see me make sure we have a Wi-Fi connection and set up the keyboard console layout. Right, anyway. Yeah, default's US, so if you're a US guy, then you want a uh, different thing on there. It's a little bit different. So anyway, I've been around, know a little bit about it, but I'm not like I jokingly say I'm not a Linux guru guy, although I know Linux better than most people do. So by most people, you know, I've used Arch installed for this past 3 times I've installed Arch. Yeah, they have some text-based in cursor type installation menus you can use for Arch, but I'm doing it the hard way here. Yeah, yeah. So now do this. Yeah, so we got that. So anyway, we're about ready to get now. I'm going to be over here on the station. I try to take back over here, but yeah, installation guide I'm looking on for Arch Wiki. Basically going through it that way. So we got to select mirrors, and to do that, we got to go to a certain mirror list. Okay, so On a live system, after connecting to the internet, Reflector updates mirror list by choosing 20 most recently synchronized HTTPS mirrors and sorting them by download rate. So, see, it just works. It should have updated the mirror list in atc/pacman.d/mirror list. Is where is it? Excuse me as I clear my throat a bit more. So anyway, we have this mirror list, and that should have set that, but I don't know if it did or not. Oh no, it didn't, because to do that you have to like export this also. Export out here. It's exported out to the screen and didn't actually export out to a file. So it might be easier just to. Yes, I think you have to like do this command like reflector and put that in. That's a pipe there. And I put the output instead of putting it over here, it's going to put it onto ETC. We don't screw up the mirror list by doing this. Man d/mirror list. That's where it's going to be stored at. Hopefully that sets mirror list correctly. And the mirror list when it's ready to install central packages. So let's install a base package system for Arch Linux here by doing pack strap. Now, which is where we mounted the second partition, the root directory partition of the Linux. Get that, and yeah, so base, Linux, firmware. Okay, that's to install all these packages. And it's proceeding sensation, which means we set up our partitions correctly, that kind of thing. Find out if the TFT partition works as expected when we do the FT section of this install. Right now it's going to take a little time to do this, so I'll switch back over here and if you have any questions. Gabriel and Larry, how y'all doing today? I'm doing fine. I see we've been cooking this for an hour here. Yeah, so it's cooking away. Putting all the stuff on there, just like you expect it would. Now the interesting thing about this, like I said, is that you get the you can see how all these parts interact with various installations. But now we're installing a base system, so if you boot up into this, we'll do it in a minute actually, kind of virtually, but when you boot up into the system, then you'll just get a command prompt and that's it. That's what you get. Much like what we're dealing with here, just it'll look the same except we'll do chroot and kick into the system itself. So that's part of it. Next part is you got your EFI, and then once you get the system installed, you got to set up your EFI stuff, things like that. And if you have EFI, you don't have to worry about that part. So then we have all this other stuff we got to do. Then you got to connect up your display manager, set to enable that to work. And you got to also connect up your file system. What desktop environment you want on it, that kind of thing. I think I'm gonna just install XFCE. Hopefully keep a simple, stupid type thing. We'll see how that goes, but uh, I'm familiar with XFCE pretty much, so I'm gonna work with that desktop environment. So you got your display manager, you got your base system, you got your Linux kernel, which kernel basically is your interface between your system and there's installing your Linux firmware there. And it's yep, running. Sorry, you're gonna see through. No, no, it hasn't gone see through yet. I think. I don't know. Skipped running and see through. See through is when you actually are like on your computer on the system that you just installed without actually booting into it. So it's kind of weird. Okay, we're there. So yeah, it took a little time, but so now pack strap's done. And we will click over here. If it does not include all the code from the live installation, the package may be necessary for fully functional base system, particular consider installing user space utilities for management of file system used on the system, utilities for access array or LVM, and firmware of other devices not included lens from time cards, SOF firmware, software necessary for networking. Yeah, text editor, packages for access time, take ban and info pages, and yeah, so all packages, package groups, names, the pack struct command above, space, use pacman, each rooted into the new system comparison, package available in the left time and pack list text. Basically, it's saying this is all very base system on here. There's gonna be other things you're gonna need to add to it if you want to work. So yeah, so you're gonna have to install those things too. Okay. Now we're going to use genfstab to create the fstab file found in et//etc/ and it's yeah, so you have that fstab file it'll create. What the fstab file does, it tells the system when it first boot into it what what is going to be your disk basically. It tells the system where to look for all the disks and stuff, boot off of and kind of thing. So, at any rate, we will plug in that. Okay. Now we want UIDs or first sure way to get your UID is a label or labels. You use either one in the FSTF file, but usually UIDs are more specific. I mean, your UUID doesn't change much, but the label might. That's why you want to do that. You mount. We're going to output this to mount. Alright. Yeah, that was spelled correctly there. So that's just gonna create that fstab file for you. Simple as that. Okay. Second, nano. Yeah, nano's on here, okay. So it's nano's installed on the, this is where we haven't ch-rooted into the new system yet. So this is nano's on this ISO. And mount is where the root of the new directory is. We don't have any, does it read 7 lines? Read 7 lines, I don't see anything. Weird. Unusual. Okay. Nano mount etc fstab fs. Yeah, what the fstab means is fs file system tab. But it looks like fstab to me, so I always pronounce it as fstab. Don't know why. Anyway, let's see. Let's do this. Let's see. We want to mount. Cat. Okay. Yeah, then it says UFT. Do that. Then let's see where it sets the EFT system. See if it says in here that it's added later. Maybe EFT system. That's what's in there. Yeah, the first thing is UUID. It identifies this and it tells you the root. It's / sitting out there all by itself is the root, and ext4 is file system use. It's similar to FAT or something like that, but it's a more robust file system than FAT32 is. And you have read write real time and O1. So the tells the priorities O1, tells the priorities of what to do first. First file system do. Leave it at that. And that's file system for dev / SD2. Alrighty. So now we generated that. Now we can go into ch-root and go into new system. Or ch-root. Now mount, if you remember, is where we mounted the SDA2 partition. So we'll go in that, and this will ch-root into our new system. And there we are, root Arch ISO. The only way you can tell you're in ch-root there is that the root turns from red to plain. So we got that. Now we set our time zone that we had before. And we need to fill in. Let's create a symbolic link, which I don't know what that is. Okay. Zone info. You're not sure what the region or city is that you want to use. I know what mine is, but you can share that with you. If you go over here, instead of creating some block link, you can do a list. There's all your countries you got. So you say, well, I'm US, America, I think is usually what I use. So CD America. Let's see it over there. I know Denver is a kind of the city and it's in mountain time zone, so I'm going to use that. And SF. We're going to go to America, Denver. That's an update, etc. Local time. Yeah, that's spelled correctly. That create a link to that, and hopefully now our time should be correct. Mundo, hopefully. Cross fingers. So we got that. Now we run HW clock to generate the adjusted time. That'll adjust the time according to what you just enter your time zone is. Just T OHC OHC hardware clock. That should adjust the time on there. And we manual localization. Alrighty. What this does is a nano. I'm not sure about this nano. Because you helped me last time. Nano. You gotta add that. Nano. Oh wow. Forgot we see truth in this puppy. So yeah. So remember I said the nano was on the other one. We can download menu here. And Pac-Man. And we download all that. Got that go. Now we can go back. Yeah, there you go. So you gotta uncomment out, and it's kind of hard to see because this weird thing here. Yeah. So basically, what you gotta do is you gotta go down to your. What this does is sets the local uh, language, your language in your file, your system. uses. So, like, yes, it's Spain. You don't want that unless you're in Spain or Spanish. You want Spanish. And yeah, I think in for English, all this stuff, alphabetically, probably is up here. For US. There's France. And you can use this. You can use the search function here. The we're here already. Okay. And we have the US. There it is. We're gonna take that one out. So we have English US UTF-8 selected. You could do the ISO if you wanted to do it. We'll change that. So you gotta just take the comment out. There's a, can't see it on the screen, but there's actually a pound sign, number sign right before all these, which comments out all the things. So to activate one of these, you have to uncomment it out. So do that, then you're ready. Press save it. Make sure you did a Control S and Control X. Save it and get out of it. Now that's done. Let's see. We got time zone. Done that. We create the locale.conf file and set the language variable accordingly. Okay. So I guess we have to set create it. Okay, now local gen. Before you do anything else, you have to do local gen. That generates it for you. Man not found. I did what it said to do, is actually send the event. No, I didn't. The locale. There we go. So now you notice I created that out of that, and that created local. I gotta create the local comp file, which sets the language variable accordingly. And so we'll need, I can't do that. Just I'm gonna write that down. Usually I copy paste, but I'm not sure how to do that in the console here because I don't have my cursor disappears when it gets in the console since you can't use cursor on the console very easily. So generating locals. I wanted to get Let's go down here. In under capital S, shape. Make sure I have that down so I don't forget what it is. Alright, so now we need to nano into etc. Oh. And we and I can't see what I'm doing here. Oh, that's because, yeah. Language equals US 8. Right there, yeah. Cool. So that creates your local comp file. And so save that. Next up there. And then you still see the first part of nano up there and your cursor down there. It's waiting for next input. Okay, so we created a local file. Then you set the keyboard console layout, maintain this. Plus, doing it this way also gives you a vast appreciation for all the installers that are on more automatic than this one. It gives you appreciation for all that they cook and do in there. So you set the console keyboard layout, maintain and be comp. Okay, so this is your keyboard layout, which actually keyboard you're using. Key map equals DE/Latin 1. That's a keyboard layout. I'm not sure exactly what that all means. There's a keyboard layout called Latin 1 apparently. One we recommend using for inner key map layout. So then we control save that and we exit out. Right down the bottom here. Now what you do here is you create the hostname file. Your hostname is what your computer is called on your network system, basic. Now we're in the configure network now. So you want to edit nano. Etc. Etc. PC/hostname. And then you have to add in whatever hostname you want to do, what you want to call your computer. So we're going to call this one Arch. Just start out, be lowercase starting out as well as ending up. So Arch, then it's That'll be our hosting for our computer clients. Save that, exit out, back down here. Okay, that's your host name. Place the network configuration environment. So in other words, if you want to install any network, like you wanted a more graphical interface, you want to install a network manager on it. So yeah, just as a way to check that out real fast. Okay. S, capital S, lowercase s, and network. And you have all these networks you like through. So yeah, so what you have is you have all, you see community slash, that name after the slash is what you want to put in. And you find the what you want to use. Could be network manager in your system. Just be network manager. You just look through this, look through it and figure it out. Yeah, let's do this. Also, one of the tricks, if you're not aware of it, that you do is you can right. What that is piping it over to grep, which is a command which will look for, pull out just those lines in there. I means it's case insensitive. In other words, doesn't matter whether it's capital or lowercase, it'll find it. Manager. So I'm looking for network manager. And network manager, yeah. That's just network manager all one line. So if you want to install network manager, you just do that. I'll install just to make sure you got it in here for your fun. Anyway, so we're going to call sudo pacman ss, just uppercase s, network manager. Two coming out. The only time you need sudo, which you probably have to install that too. Yeah, because like this is like your base minimal installation, like I said before. And yeah, like when you're in a regular system, you're not root any longer, your username. Then you gotta create the, then you have to use sudo. You want to install sudo along with the username, that kind of thing. Do an installation, yep. Just installers packages. Downloading them. Everyone's on network manager and probably on. So hopefully whenever you have a network manager on here, you can get a little, you'll get a little icon down here in the bottom system that will allow you to do that. Okay. So we got that. Now we want to create a new init RAM FS using our pharmacology in was run on installation package with extract. Don't really need to do this part here that's showing me. We won't do that. Now root password, set the root password. Now you can set the root password just by typing in password. Just WD. Pass WD. And you enter your password. Passwords updated successfully. If I need to get into root later on, like when the system I need to get root, I'll have to go to that. Okay, now bootloader, choose installation. Follow landscape bootloader. Okay, now apparently we're ready to boot into our system. Green is bootloader. Okay. Bootloader is a piece of software explorer started by its firmware BIOS. Defines loading kernel with loading kernel parameters and init RAM FS ACBFI with direct UFI use 5 boot separate boot manager parameters for booting. Yeah, it's all fantastic. Okay. Hey, this is part one of the parts that's got me in pound pass while I'm reading through all this very carefully. Exactly what to do here. A lot of information. I just need to know what to enter in, dude. Installation guide. We're going to choose install landscape. I guess we need to install grub and enable microphone. So we're going to install grub. I think if I remember right, this grub, the name of the package. Take that real quick. Yeah, so grub 2, grub customizer, freeze grub 2. Yeah, I think you install grub, it'll install grub. Based on first entry and list there. So we'll do that. I don't man. I was wanting to put a K in there for some reason. Yes. Grub. And we're installing grub in here. That's fine. This doesn't have AMD CPU. Don't worry about microcode. You have AMD CPU. You have to enable microcode updates in addition. I'm not exactly sure exactly how to do it, but there's a link to it. Now we reboot. Oh hell, that's Alright, let's see what happened. What happened? Okay, so we access the see-through environment. See-through by accident. By accident, now we notice roots bright again, which means we're back in ISO, not in the system. Now we need to unmount, make sure all the partitions are unmounted. So they suggest the way to do this, unmount R. Yeah. So it's going to mount everything in the directory. No matter whether it's deep in there or whatever. Okay. Everything's unmounted. So we won't get any busy stuff. Finally, restart machine type reboot. If just a moment ago, root account. Have to log in with the root account. Which is root as username and password I entered in. So reboot. Cross fingers, hope for the best. I think I made the screen just a tad too big there. Okay. Oh. Oh. We're back to our thing, but I don't think I have any. Oh yeah, that's right. You up here to devices, software drives, remove Arch Wiki. And then do system restart again. And it should, we have done everything correctly. We're in shell, interactive shell. Okay, and okay, brew manager. Flash pad. And this one right there, VBox hard disk, UFI. Okay. Fastest and boot options. So yeah, this is the problem I had last time. No, this is probably last time. I've got to, hi, Casa. Yeah, this is being done at VM, Casa. Yeah, so I got stuck here. Didn't start up, boot or reboot, but I need to probably, hold on, let me try something else. Mapping table. Yeah, I don't know if it's, yeah, not sure what I'm doing here. Anyway, let's make sure there's nothing up here. Yeah, I'm kind of lost here, I think. Kind of this problem before interactive shell. Larry, you have any idea what to do here? Yeah, that's probably. Interactive shell is. Yeah. Yeah. Very sensitive. Okay. I think probably what I need to do is, yeah, let's totally reboot. System mistake reboot. Okay. So I guess what I need to do is just shut this thing down. Or see if it will get some stuck in that loop there apparently. Well, as I said, you want to fiddle around here a bit. And I came to a spot where I wasn't really sure. I need to examine the install wiki more, see what I did wrong. What I need to do next, that kind of thing. Really got in this loop, I don't know what to do with it, so I guess that's it for my attempt at installing Linux. Arch Linux got stuck. Happens to the best of us, I guess. So there you go. You learn at least one thing not to do or something like that. Yeah. One of the things I wanted to do, I'll probably do it next week or week after or something like that. Looking at Endeavor came out recently with this new OS Artemis, which I successfully installed on my Pi, Raspberry Pi over here. And it is interesting because I didn't have to use the Raspberry Pi image creator to do it. It's all within Endeavor's ISO. So probably next week or the week after we'll take a look at that one. Unless our special happens next week, we'll do that. If I figure out what I did wrong, I'll come back later on, either next week or week after, whatever I'm doing there. We'll try this again, and hopefully I'll be able to pick where I left off here and just, or I may have to start over, something like that. So, yeah, it's good to learn to go through this just for the experience to do it, and see what happened, huh? So, yeah, so I guess we'll call it a day. We've been at this long enough, I think, probably an hour and a half. So, yeah, we'll do Arch install next time. Next time we'll tackle it, or we'll do Endeavor OS if I can figure out how to get the screen onto this computer so I can showcase it. Show you in the virtual machine I'll show you on the computer how to be a virtual machine to show you how to install the ISO onto the micro card, and how to put it in your Pi 400. Until next time then, may the Lance Force be with you. Bye.